Supporters of our foundation, the CL Foundation for Health, Diabetes and Asthma and Cerebral Palsy. We are knocking at your doors, knocking at your pockets, knocking at your emotions. Support me and my team to support people living with diabetes, asthma and cerebral palsy. Your donations are welcome on 862-215-2007. Your Zelle 862-215-2007. MTN Ghana numbers 055 000 5077 055 000 5077. It is the MTN number. CL Foundation for Health and Support. Help us with the diabetes equipment, glucometers, wheelchairs, old clothing, new clothing, financial support, and let's give it to the needy. Thank you for your support. Yare yo yare yase obi benya wona fi yare yamfa yare nsu nya nipa sichire yare ni no sickness can determine the last straw of your life. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and loved ones, supporters of our foundation, the CL Foundation for Health, Diabetes and Asthma and Cerebral Palsy. We are knocking at your doors, knocking at your pockets, knocking at your emotions. Support me and my team to support people living with diabetes, asthma and cerebral palsy. Your donations are welcome on 862-215-2007. Your Zelle 862-215-2007. MTN Ghana numbers 055 000 5077 055 000 5077. It is the MTN number. CL Foundation for Health and Support. Help us with the diabetes equipment, glucometers, wheelchairs, old clothing, new clothing, financial support, and let's give it to the needy. Thank you for your support. Yare yo yare yase obi benya wona fi yare yamfa yare nsu nya nipa sichire yare ni no sickness can determine the last straw of your life. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and loved ones, supporters of our foundation, the CL Foundation for Health, Diabetes and Asthma and Cerebral Palsy. We are knocking at your doors, knocking at your pockets, knocking at your emotions. Support me and my team to support people living with diabetes, asthma and cerebral palsy. Your donations are welcome on 862-215-2007. Your Zelle 862-215-2007. MTN Ghana numbers 055 000 5077 055 000 5077. It is the MTN number. CL Foundation for Health and Support. Help us with the diabetes equipment, glucometers, wheelchairs, old clothing, new clothing, financial support, and let's give it to the needy. Thank you for your support. I hope you can hear the sound of what I'm chewing. It's nothing but it's ginger honey chips. Ginger honey chips. Now in the United States of America, everywhere you want, 862-215-2007. You can chew it like this, or better still, put it on your cocoa, rice water, oatmeal. You can put it in your akpatashi, your whiskey, your brandy, anything you want to put it on it. It's so nice. So nice, nice, nice. Oh my God. Ginger honey chips, 862-215-2007. 862-215-2007. It's your ginger honey chips. Get one for yourself. $10, free to go. Enjoy yourself. Thank you.
Thank you very much for being part of our show for this evening. Ghana time, I think, is past. The time we're supposed to start, but all the same, we're here to do justice to the topic for today. I have 2 shows today, specifically 3. This is the next one, so get ready with me. You'll see me again very soon. That is 10 p.m. 10:30 p.m. Ghana time. So today we're doing exactly 2 hours, like 8 o'clock we'll close. Because this topic, I know today much of the things are going to be said by my people who are already here. Well, get yourself ready. Hit the like button, please, and let's go. Can I see that we are moving from 0 to 1? A stranger, let's hit the like button. Today's topic, how I wish I can get evidence of people to come and talk, is marriage for everyone. Should everyone get married? Should everyone get married? Should everyone get married? Should everyone get married? Is marriage for everyone? Is marriage for everyone? All right. Is marriage for everyone? And it looks like a very simple question. But I have come to believe that a lot of people have this statement. They keep saying, maybe I was not meant to marry. So Nana Marinchua, it's been a long time. It's 7 p.m. Yeah. I know it's 7 p.m. Very, very late for you. But thank you for being part of my show today. We're supposed to do at 5:30. So we are not late. But it's better that we do it today. So thank you very much. Let's do the question time, the answers time. I would like a lot of people to ask me questions today and I'll answer. And my reason for coming to answer is that I believe that I'm endowed with the questions whether everybody should get married. And it will help if everybody will learn to understand where I'm going to come from today. Let your questions come. Hit the like button for me. Can we do 10K so we start our conversation? In the next 5 minutes, I will do my introduction. And thank you very much. Facebook, can we hit and let's do 100? TikTok, can we do 1K? And today I was surprised. I went to one of the platforms and a young lady was doing 1.7K. And it was strange. There was nothing, no content. But I realized that the eyes will want to see things. And the way the young lady was looking beautiful and requesting for a date, everybody comes. And it was 1 point something K. I said, wow, it's good. Creativity at its best. She has tattooed her body. She's a fair skin color. So it was calling. Well, this ridiculous form of dressing to others might not attract people, but we're here to teach. The teacher's uniform should just be anything. I can't see myself even lie in bed to do TikTok. Whilst I hear it's one of the creative things that you can do. You don't need to look good to come, but I prefer that this is content that goes a long way. Let me also encourage you to follow me on YouTube, Councillor Lutrok TV. Just click on the bell because all the content we learn goes straight unedited to YouTube. Same way on Facebook, you can follow me on my Facebook like page. Just go there or do a request to be a friend and I'll pick you up. And also on TikTok, most of you are not following me. Please, right now, as you're watching me, just go up there and hit the follow button. Please follow me immediately and share this with a friend. Can we do the sharing and the liking at the same time? Please. The topic is a straightforward topic. Is marriage meant for everybody? Should everyone get married? Should everyone get married? If you don't marry, are you a failure on earth? Have you failed God if marriage doesn't happen to you? I have a client of mine who is 52 years now. And her last statement before my last section with her was, I want to be married before I die at 52. Even though I've asked her to do medical screening and let's see whether she can put to birth, can have a child. She says, even if I should marry somebody with children, I still want to be married before I kick the bucket. I don't know how you feel about that statement. It has not left my head. I feel it's a deep, genuine statement. Listen, I know how marriage is like to those of us who are married. And I also know how marriage has become to those of us who are enduring in marriage. And I know how marriage is to those of us who have regretted marrying. But I have a statement. If you don't dance your own dance and you dance the dance of somebody, you will not have your own comment. You have the comment of others. In this world, it is better for you to have your own comment about issues, but it's than other people's comment. If you watch the trailer for this particular show, I said from the beginning, when you are born, everybody has an expectation for you. If you are a man, the continuation of procreation is a request when you come out of your mother's womb. If you're a woman, become that wife that will keep her home is another request made on your head. When you're disconnected from the placenta, everybody is screaming and thanking God that you are out. Welcome to the world of peace. Welcome to the world of pieces. Welcome to the world where everybody is expecting you to fulfill a particular agenda in their life. So they are excited you have come. The same way, you who everybody is excited, you are crying. And your cry has so many meanings. As a stranger to the world, you find yourself losing the recovery where you are, finding yourself in a place where the body is not getting the fluid anymore, or is a cry of the welcome to the world of living an independent life. Nobody can explain the reason why you cry, to the extent that when you come and you don't scream and cry out, we have to hit you with an index finger on your feet until you give us a cry. If even after hitting you, you don't give us a cry, we want to keep on rubbing your back, connecting you to your spinal cord, so you will cry out, giving us a signal that I am alive to continue life. This is our expectation for you. But nobody knows the future except God. And even with God, the blueprint of your future is not given to you until you complete what assignment he has given to you on earth. When Jesus was born, when Mary was told by the angel, you who is highly favored among all women, you shall be pregnant with a child. His name shall be called Emmanuel, which means the Prince of all peace. The government shall be upon his shoulders. It means that the next governor for the world is that child that Mary is carrying, and an innocent virgin who was sitting here somewhere, whose cousin has been married to a prophet called Zachariah. Elizabeth has never put to birth for many years, but immediately Mary got pregnant. The message was made clear. Your cousin Elizabeth is carrying a John the Baptist in her womb. There are many of us that we are connected to the destiny of others until we make it, until we find God, until we get a connection to the destinies of our life. It is difficult for others to survive. Therefore, I pray from the throne room of grace and mercy that the Lord, who is able to do exceedingly far above more than we can ever dream, will cause your dream to succeed so that you can liberate those who are connected to your destiny. When Mary had such a message, she was pledged to be married. The young man who was pledged to be married to Mary has never had any sexual intercourse with her. So it was strange that you will be pregnant and others will point fingers at me and talk that I have impregnated you. The best to do is to disconnect myself from the marriage pledge that I have done for you. So I am not held responsible to marry you by force because I have impregnated you. That was the law. But the angel left Mary and went to Joseph, told Joseph, the lady you have pledged to marry is going to be overshadowed by the Holy Spirit and will give birth to a son who is going to be the governor of all governors, the prince of all peace, the man who will heal the sick, the man who will cause the blind man to see, the man who will liberate a woman who is bleeding out of her bleeding for 12 years, the man who will save the world out of our sins. That is the child that the woman you have been pledged to marry is carrying. Don't disgrace her like you have thought of. Divorcing her quietly so that you will not disgrace her publicly. It means that it's a lesson for those of us who can easily spill out the beans on the characters and the natures of the women we are yet to marry or married already. Hear me. Joseph didn't find it easy, but had to accept it. Thinking that if it's me, if my lady who I've pledged to marry is carrying the destiny child, bringing forth a child from the office of the president, bringing me the best thing that will happen, then we are going to enjoy. Mary, after all these blessings, Mary, after encountering an angel, Mary, after hearing the promise of God for her life, that you who is highly favored among all women, went through a lot of ordeal. This child never got out of the womb of Mary like John the Baptist. This child never had a naming ceremony like John the Baptist. This child never gave himself out to midwives to hit his feet to cry and scream, but he was a destiny child. Mary suffered, have to be running and registering. Mary, when was in labor, didn't have the best premier hospital to deliver. Mary, in her struggle of a 9 months pregnancy with Joseph, kept traveling. We never heard that for the sake of the destiny child Mary was carrying, she had a flight in first class aeroplane to be taken to deliver in Dubai, in Canada, in US, so that the son becomes a citizen. Even though the angel spoke that she's highly favored, none of the things that she went through was showing favor. But the content that she was carrying had the ability to deliver the favor she was looking for. Today, Mary is mentioned everywhere as the mother of Jesus. Joseph has gone into the history of book as the caretaker or the father figure of Jesus Christ. My friend, there are many promises that God will give you from the beginning. It will not look it, but the end of a matter is more important than the beginning. Don't be down. Don't be down. Maybe your beginning may be little. Where you were born doesn't show where you are going. But the future is in you. The future cannot be killed. The future will not die. Nobody can sit on what God has said concerning your life. You can be oppressed. You can be ostracized. You can be made nothing. But whatever you are supposed to bring out, I came to tell you that the product out of you, your future will be celebrated. You shall become a topic because you'll be at the top. Everybody will talk about you. Nobody can say something without making reference to you. Today, you are down. Rise up, move up. You are barren today. The womb is opening now. You are single today. The genuine qualified husband is coming. The genuine qualified wife is coming. You are poor today. Let the poor say, I am rich. A strange financial breakthrough is hitting you. The doors of finances are coming towards your life. Don't give up. 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 There is light at the end of the tunnel. God bless you this morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. A good night to some other people. Anytime you come across the statement, remember, I say, don't give up. Don't push down. Push up. Push up. Move forward. Move forward. For your destiny helper is waiting for you just at the end of the tunnel. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. A 9-month mother, a woman carrying a 9-month baby, will only smile as a result of what she was carrying. When you are put to birth, the matter has ended. There's a baby cry. Welcome to the School of Marriage and Relationship. I'm going to ask you a series of questions to answer. Is marriage meant for everyone? Will you lose anything if you don't marry at all? Can you be blamed why you are not still married? As a man or as a woman? How do we answer the following questions? Marriage is like a contractual agreement between two people, a male and a female. Marriage is not a contract, because in a contract, it is percentage wise. For that matter, if one wants to compare marriage to contract, then you might be doing yourself a disservice. The disservice is that anytime somebody wants to enter into a contract with strike percentage, it could be 50-50, 50-70, 50-75. But when it comes to marriage, it could be 100-0. That is why marriage cannot be a contract. So marriage is not a contract. It's like a contractual agreement because of its registration. And in the registration, there are no policies like what percentage are you bringing in the marriage. No. It has all policies that gives you sanity, age. That is all that is required for you to be married. Following the blueprints of whether it's a civil marriage, is a Mohammedan marriage, or is a customary marriage. So marriage is where two people have agreed, not disagree, to agree. It is when two people have agreed to live together till they are not ready to live together anymore. So one of the secrets in life that I have come to learn, even though I didn't know from the beginning, but in my journey of lecturing and studying, I have come to discover biblically, legally, socially, traditionally, that marriage is not forever. However, in our intent to enter into this thing, we call it an ever-ending relationship. But the policies that governs marriage tells you that there's a way to work out. And one of them is divorce. So if divorce is part of marriage, then marriage cannot be forever. I've learned that any product that is like my product, Ginger Honey Tips, you see it ticked, test. It is tested. It is tested and approved. Why is it tested and approved? It means that the contents that you have in this has been chewed and somebody knows it's crispy, it's spicy, and it does what it's supposed to do. That is why it has been passed. So anytime you see that it is tested, it doesn't make it a brand new. It makes it a confidential or a product of confidence, and still gives you the opportunity to ask for justification in case your understanding is not clear. So even when you end a product, it is written on it, call 862-215-2007. Why? For any complaint or more supply. So you have a whole brochure. When a product is tested and proven, you are still giving a warranty period and being told free shipment within so and so number of times if there is a problem with the tested product. Why? Because the human body as well has a clear test of being who he is. So marriage can't be forever. But when the marriage starts, the beginning of marriage was read in the good books, where God created man in his likeness and in his image. And as a result of creation, God gave opportunity to man to name the things that he has created after adding man to the creation that God has done. And in the quest for God to give man the mandate to create, the Bible says that the Lord God saw that it was not good for a man to be alone. Therefore, I will make it for him a helper suitable, a helpmate that is suitable for him. So the Lord God never consulted anymore. He consulted when he was creating man. Let us make man. But when God saw a need in the life of man, that it was an error for a man to be alone, one of the things he said was that let us make man was to create a man in the likeness and in the image of God. But when it came to finding the result of the loneliness of man, finding the result of the fulfillment of man, finding the result of why man is looking lonely and sad, there was no consultation. He saw what would fit man, and he realized that if man will get out of his loneliness, man needs to go into a deep sleep. Why? If you find yourself in a deep sleep, that is when you can be allowed in that emotional capacity to get yourself a helpmate suitable for you, that in crisis you can point and say, it is not me, but it is the woman that you gave me. So we experienced the first marriage in the book of Genesis, that God saw that it was a need in the life of every man. This is the establishment of the premise of my conversation, that every man who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtaineth favor from the Lord. Women took away what will make a man succeed on earth. And that is why a man was put to sleep. For you to find a wife, learn how to sleep. That is a whole message. But who puts you to sleep will determine the type of wife you're going to have. If you put yourself to sleep, it determines the type of wife you're going to have. If you allow yourself to be put to sleep, it will also determine the type of wife you're going to have. And if you are lonely, that is why you are being put to sleep, because there's a need for a wife in your life. It determines how you treat whatever is given to you. Hear me. I have counseling for people, and I say it every day. Those I give huge bonus, most of the time disappoints me. Those who are paying for the service will always want to chase you politely for you to give them the content and whatever they need to do. Assignments are done faster by those who are paying for their services. But those who come for free, you hardly find them following the rules and regulations that you give them. So free things are not managed well, even though they are managed. When people are not paying for utilities, when people are not paying for data, when people are not part of the contributors of whatever they are enjoying, you find that most of the times it's likely that because they don't know what goes into it manufacturing, they use it just anyhow. So when you find a man who has never yielded himself to a loneliness state and recognized that in this quest of my life, all I need is a woman to fill the gap. So they will allow themselves to sleep for a woman to be molded for them. When a woman is given to them, it's difficult for them to manage such women. So the process of marriage is where there's a man and there's a woman. But I came to tell you that for marriage to work to a certain extent, even though it's not forever, it is for a man to learn how to sleep. Number two, it also clear on you that the woman was made out of the missing rib of a man. So God took the rib out of a man, and out of that rib, he covered the place with the flesh. It means that the rib cage of a man is deficient by one, so they will mold a woman out of it. When God was molding the woman, the idea out of God per the outcome, ideas, manufacturing of products can only be known after its finishing. The idea of whoever is manufacturing is seen or known by the outcome of the product. When a woman came out, that is where man's loneliness was quashed. And then man now has the guts to acknowledge that this is bone of my bone. This is flesh of my flesh. She shall be called a woman. And see, if you've identified a woman out of what I have molded from the rib that I took out of you, for this reason, you will leave your father and mother and become one with this one I have created, so you can have sanity, clarity, sound mind to be able to finish my assignment I have given you. For this reason, a man was created in the likeness and in the image of God, as a design of God, but a woman was created as a desire for a man. So hear this. It might be controversial, it might not sound well, but every woman was created or was made, for a man. God created a man, but made a woman suitable for a man. No man was created suitable for a woman. It might sound controversial, but let's take the wisdom out of it, not a controversy. If it is controversial, I will not apologize, because it might be for us who want to think deep, that when God created man, a man was a holistic being until God made man deficient, disabled, by removing a rib and replacing with the flesh, so as to make out of that rib a suitable helpmeet, so that a man can complete his assignment. I hope up to this time, I have given you the reason why, whether everybody was created or born to be married. And my answer to all this long conversation is yes. And it's true. You will lose a lot if you don't get married. If you are not married, or you've not been married before, or you've not experienced a prototype of marriage, you are a failure. And it is not wrong to fail in marriage, because when God molded the woman for the man, hear me, the woman was made for the man. The man was not made for the woman. So hear me, women. Anybody who is married and you're watching me, if you have an expectation from the man you are looking up to be a particular design for yourself, you will miss marriage. So I hear a message every time. How can two walk together unless they agree? The book of Amos chapter 3 verse number 3. and it's a preacher's message. You want to marry, you learn to agree. No. When you agree, you cannot marry. Marriage can never move on with an agreement. Number two, if you become who you are, you cannot marry. You can only marry when you pretend. And anytime people call you a pretender, remember they have not insulted you. Because in life, the survival on earth by the creation mandate of God is meant for a human being to pretend. If you want to live long on earth, and longevity of life is relative, how long you live on earth is not the number of years, but it's the impact you do to people who know you came on earth to live. When a man is mentioned, a woman is mentioned, two things comes into the life of people. Either you have a record of a bad thing you've done to someone, or a record of a good thing you have done to someone. So when Peter is mentioned, there are two things to remind your ears. He cut the ears of people. He denied Jesus, Peter. When John is mentioned, so everybody is mentioned, and there is a particular atmosphere created around the person. So every woman, from where I sit, was made for a man. Hear me. Even if you are not married and you are going out with somebody, whether dating, whether as a sex mate, whether whatever title you have, among the type of women that are in the life of every man, you can be honest with yourself that when a man that suits your type comes, you find a certain level of peace of mind. The same way like a man, when a woman finds you as the meat, you get a certain level of a peace of mind. The only biggest mistake in the life of us men, if you find your helpmeet to be too much a quencher of your loneliness, you can lose the Father's mandate. Hey, Kasala, unima thereof. Me that's all. I repeat, in an honest report, and I'm telling you this as an honest report, if you find yourself with a helpmate made for you, and it meets the need of your loneliness, 100%, you will lose your creation mandate, why God created you. But I love God. If you find yourself in such a marriage, God will break you, expose you, because you need to pretend in marriage. So all of us are pretending. I am pretending in my marriage. My wife is pretending. That is why we are still married. The very day we decide to stop pretending in marriage, it ends. And when it ends, we find ourselves in another relationship that is also full of pretenses. So I believe that every woman was created for a man. And the purpose was that they will help a man to meet their basic requirement on earth. That is the reason for creating them. Women were made. So it is not difficult for women to find the reason why they were made. You were made for marriage. And in your act of being made for marriage, see what God did. Hit the like page. Can we hit and go up? I know we came in late, but if all of us who were here, 47 would double ourselves, we'll do 47 times 2. If 10.3K would double ourselves, hit the like page 10 times, because I'm just going to stop at 50 and give you chance to come up. I want to see more. When knowledge is being poured, I expect us to come in there. Don't hold on to your regret while you are still single. And don't hold on to your regret while you are still married. The most important thing is that knowledge is power. And I'm here to dissipate what I know. I'm here for you to challenge what I know. I am here for you to interrogate what I have learned. And let's correct the errors in my thoughts. Because what I read might not be the final authority. And what I say will not be the final authority. But it is an impartation of knowledge unto you. Hit the like button, please. Flow up and let's go. Let's not drop. We need to go up. I want to see the numbers going up, not dropping down. Facebook saying, you kept too long at 15. I say these things for you to see that I see the numbers. Yes, after the show, I have a bigger number, but I want you to be here. You are not too late to come and hear where I am. Women were created for men and for them to be married by men. Then this is the next thing God did. God realized that coming to call the attention of a crowd, angels, heavenly bodies, to constantly create will become a burden for God. So immediately in the anatomy formation of the woman, he said, you are a man, but I'm giving you a womb that will continue procreation. So a woman was given the opportunity to continue what God was doing and ended with them. So God ended the act of molding, forming, and breathing into the nostril and gave that power to a woman. Women, you are indelible mark in the hearts and the minds of God. Nobody can change who you are as a woman. Realize that I am a woman and I carry a womb. I am representing God. I am the last born of what God created on earth. And I carry the mandate of what God wants to continue on earth. Without me, a savior was not born. Without me, salvation was not brought. Without me, the creation mandate of God will never succeed. Women, rise up from that particular place they have kept you. Don't ever think that anybody can sit on you when it comes to the purpose why God created you. God created you for marriage. And once you find marriage, your destiny fulfillment will come. But when God did all this, his expectations were not met. God never gave Adam dominion over Eve. Never. The woman never found herself under a dictatorial autocracy in the creation mandate when God handed over the woman to the man. The first thing that woman saw when she was created was a man. Because the Bible says that when the Lord God finished creating woman, he carried the woman he has created to the man. So the eye opener of a woman was a man. But hear me. When God finished creating man, the first thing that man saw was God and things. This is why man will have to be created with a desire and remove so that you can have a desire for a woman. If God could have not touched man and decided to create an isolated woman, marriage could have been very difficult for us because our focus is a task of taking care of the garden. But what happened? When God built it, all he wanted to do was to keep them in the garden. Let them produce, let them multiply, and let them have dominion over the things he has created, not over themselves. Until the third force in the garden, who was called the serpent, thought when Adam was naming the things, It was the most wisest creature in the garden. The serpent was wisest in the garden. So the second in command in the garden was not supposed to be Eve. Per the creation mandate, the wisest creature was supposed to be in charge of the garden whilst Adam administers. Why? Because Adam named the things. So the serpent that was wiser had an expectation and never had it fulfilled because God saw it. Hear me. Anytime you are wise, educated, smart, and you are educated in all spheres of life, whatever you have studied, and you are employed by your boss, you are not supposed to add your boss to the management skills of the work you're doing. Continue respecting him. I employed you because you have skills. And it is easy for me to deploy you or reduce you to clear. So Adam was in the garden, had control over the serpent, realized the need that the serpent wants to be a second in command. Before he calls for a gathering, and he says, call gathering for me, the serpent has gone, you have been wanted, and was playing a role as if Adam is not there, I am there. Immediately when Eve came, Adam will now want to consult a lot of times with Eve. So once he was not able to get Adam direct, he used Eve to get Adam. This is when God realized that what was making Adam lonely was truly a wife, but his biggest challenge was the serpent. So when the devil came into the garden, when the serpent came into the garden, spoke to Eve, did God say you should not touch, see, feel the forbidden tree? That was not the instruction. Many years in the garden, 10 years before Eve came, the serpent never had a conversation with a man. If you're a man watching me, don't create a conversation with the serpent. No matter how wise and smart the serpent is in your camp, don't create a conversation. And you can never stop your wife from creating a conversation with the serpent. They will forever have a conversation with the serpent. But be ready that after their conversation, you will lose your original state. So God's intention was to keep them in the garden. Unfortunately, the third force that constantly wanted to find itself as the second force, nobody gave them a mandate. They were only given a title, the most wisest creature. And they didn't understand, if I'm the most wisest, why am I not leading? If I'm the most wisest, why am I not the next in command? If I'm the most wisest, why am I like this walking? So the woman was created for marriage. But immediately they got together, listening to the serpent, took that particular garden lifestyle away from her. The comforts that God created as a helpmate got lost immediately when the woman gave up to the serpent. So the Bible says that the Lord God said to the woman, because you have listened to the serpent, you will suffer to deliver. And for the rest of your life, your desire shall be for your husband. He will now rule over you, because previously you were here as a helpmate. He was not ruling over you, because all I thought was that the two of you can work together by agreement. But unfortunately, because the two of you were working in agreement, you were able to take the serpent's fruit and give it to your husband. Hear me, husband. If you want to survive in the garden and continue living in the garden so that your wife will also enjoy the garden, be careful what you take from your wife to eat. Remember the rules of engagement. They lost the garden. And the Lord God said to the man, man, because you are listening to the wife that I brought to you to quench your loneliness and meet you in the way that you can continue my creation mandate, curse is the ground for your sake. You will suffer before you will bring back food for this woman to eat, because you have lost a garden where everything was available. This is where suffering started for both women and men. And by that particular inclination, women now started fending for themselves. Women now started moving beyond their mandate as just helpmates to create the meat for the help. You see where the error came from? But in the beginning, it was not so. So by this small preamble, I believe that every woman was created for marriage, and every man has been created to marry. Remember, we prepare to marry, and others prepare to be married. And that is where I want to wrap up in the next 10 minutes, so you come on board. Your request is needed now. Hit the like button as I invite you to join me for the lecture. If nobody comes to, that's okay. We'll end exactly the time I want to end, and the content will flow. We want to learn. Everybody was created to marry. Yes, you will lose a lot if you don't get married. And the marriage we are talking about is not whether you are the only wife, you are the second wife. It is not about polygamy. It is that every woman will have a husband, so that the creation mandate of God will be fulfilled. The what God put in you is to continue what he was doing to create the world. And all you need is a sperm from a man. Hear me. I am not against any other forms of conception, but to have a child through sexual intercourse cannot be compared to have a child through a medium of implant. It's still the wisdom of God that gave to man, but the intercourse has more effect in a certain psychological, spiritual way than when you do the IVF. I'm not against it. Knowledge is profound. More discovery are coming, but a conception made in that way cannot be compared to a conception made where sperms are swimming by virtue of ejaculation and a speed. This is not to say that when you have a child through IVF, it's not a child or it's not a human being. That is not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that if we want to compare the two, we are doing a medical error. The two can never be compared. They are on their own. And the results, the effect, the blessings, the covering between both are different. And Adam knew his wife. It was a mandate. Because hear me, I didn't see the father of Moses in the life of the mother of Moses. But when Pharaoh's daughter went to the riverside, the Bible says, and God protected Moses because of his father. I am the God of your father Moses. It means that the father of Moses was a Levite. God had a relationship with the father of Moses, even though we didn't see father of Moses. This is why I come to believe that nobody can say I'm a single parent. You cannot be, because every child comes out of a man. And whether your father is present with you, his presence will always be in you. When you don't marry, you have failed your generation. If marriage doesn't come for you, you have failed your generation. And it's painful that people are not married, and not just not married. They have not attempted a relationship before. So 52 years, no sex, still a virgin. It sounds proud, sounds legit, but offensive. What are men doing on earth that you can be 52 years, never had sex before? What are men doing that you are 52 years, you have never taken seed before? What are men doing that you have gone through menstruation for the past years of your life. You started menstruation at 10. You are 50 now. 40 years of menstruation. If you are having 12 times, because a month, every month you menstruate, 12 times in a year, multiply by 40. How many eggs have you let go without meeting a spermatozoa? Hear me. Having a child and not being married is not an error. It is an experience. However, polygamy should be embraced, not as a man having many wives, but that every woman will have a husband. So marriage is good. And we can blame you why you are still single. And reasons why people are single is why I want to engage the services of the people. Why do you think people are single? Why are people afraid to marry? Is it that those of us who are married are complaining too much? Is it that those of us who are married are putting fear and panic in the hearts and the minds of the people? Is it that those of us who are married are making those who are not married feel like they are nobody? That is why they find it difficult to be married. Is it that there are no men for the women who are created? Is it that they look too ugly to find a partner? The reason why they are still single. Can we justify the reason why we are single? Or you think it's not everybody that should get somebody to marry them? Why are you not qualified for a man? Don't you have what every man can use? Are you not a woman? Can't you see yourself as one? Rise up from their lies and become that woman that must be married by a man. Friends and loved ones, I believe that everyone was created to be married. The only challenge we have is that how do we identify the right person for us? I welcome all of you once again right now. As you hit the like button for me, the share button for me. Thank you, Jane Nanama Asantua, for joining me. Once again, thank you, Nanama Renchua. And thank you once again, Olivia, for being part of my lecture for today. Without you, the Facebook will be empty. But as we watch this, I want to tell all of you, if you are not yet married, don't be discouraged. If you are a woman, there is a man for you. All you need to do is to find how to weave yourself so you could find that man. Ladies and gentlemen, and now to my panel members who are equally highly intelligent like me, so we can have a discourse. If you're on Facebook, you can hit on that particular link and I'll pick you up to share your views on this matter. Nanama on TikTok, I welcome you. What is your view? Was everybody created to marry? Are you a loser if you don't marry? Should we blame you while you are still single or while you are still married? So Nanama, if you're ready, let's have you talk. If you're not, JB can go. If you're not, Ohima can go. Oh, Nana Kuya, thank you. Let's go.
Yeah. Good evening.
Good evening, my dear.
To all. Yeah.
Welcome, dear.
Counselor.
Yes, my love.
Yesterday I was waiting for you, but you didn't come yesterday.
Yes, yesterday I didn't come. It's true.
Yeah.
I decided not to come yesterday, but I've come today.
Okay. Thank you for coming.
Welcome, my dear.
And then look at me by and Chibi as a debit. As a what can be free, and then we're asking why people are not married, and then sometimes I would say for me it's not my fault.
Are you sure?
Tell me worry and yes.
Why is it not your fault? Why?
Me worry.
Not dang. No, I didn't worry until I dang now I number.
Maybe I know who's your time in the swing.
Until I say what time?
Yeah, I think sometimes time is to account it.
Okay.
Our room.
Okay.
Yen prayer we sati. Yen prayer. Sana mekan say prayer who our room.
Okay.
It's no. Sometimes I don't know say who are in tema, who are in tem.
And tell me
yes, I'm talking like that.
Because I told you, we keep telling ourselves, don't rush, don't rush. And you find yourself at a certain stage that you realize that because you didn't rush, you didn't get what was belonging to you. Some delays are caused by us. And we are hoping that we are waiting upon the Lord. Yes, those who wait upon the Lord, they shall renew their strength. They shall mount up wings like. But do you know how to wait? Let me tell you a story of the eaglet. The eaglet is the baby eagle. And it is said that when the mother is going to start laying eggs, he forms a cage with thorns. When it's ready to deliver, he doesn't remove the thorns. He hashes the egg when the babies are in the thorns. And so it makes the cage not comfortable for the normal. So when you turn yourself, now wow, now wow, in the cage. So or the enfiam and soya as she cage, and your womb call a quank and daho mawon, and to Mamusuana wall, and you will not feel comfortable. And to baby, now a wall, sir, you'll be forced to come out. Now a forward sinechi, the eagle will put you at its back and will fly as if you are enjoying. No, a down in your quest, in the fear of falling, of screaming, then you stretch your wings before you see you are flying. Most of us have refused to form our mind as the eagle, because Bible says that, and you will mount up with wings like the wings of the eagle, and we are there delaying our progress. Men have come who want to marry us. We are listening to friends, we are listening to people, we are listening to environment, we are giving excuses because time is there. Let me tell you, time and chance wait for no man. Most of you have delayed your own marriage. I am somebody's husband. As I speak, I am somebody's husband. Oh, even though I'm married to Mrs. Lutrot, there's another girl, there's another woman who I am supposed to be a husband to, but because of fear and long waiting. So what is time then? So yeah, we are delaying and we are blaming time. You are delaying. You delay. Mommy, you delay. Oh, you delay.
It's not.
Because still,
sometimes they say,
who she a girl be?
Now,
who catch us up so why now? Also, why that? Who are you? You go back and come. 10 years time, she's still there. Hey, don't worry, still. I see the view. Ade, who worry me? You don't want now. I knew. So you better here. So the same person, one prince, one mound. What's our quabetum? Says you see what you better plan. Hey, you fear. Mama, you bow. Any encouragement, any hour to swallow a honey pano. Say, baby, I been your kun. And you say, baby, I been your mad door. I didn't know what cow. Wakuma swat dear now, Wally. What dear were he? Or be a young film, but dear Wally, that was as so. Nobody can find a rip and marry that, not even me. Me, I'm not married to my rip. Oh. My wife is not my rip. No, it's not my rib. Don't be lied to. I found my rib. No. And ribs. There be o, tio. There may be a young boy for. I am a born man. But answer a bema benya when the jail. None of this what you saw poor beat to say what the atana. That's what I'm see. There are two people preparing to marry and preparing to be married. Monday and now Wednesday, I'm treating that topic. How to prepare to be married and prepare to marry. It's two different things. You will bear many swadi won in shisha or ye de kowari. And you will or ban shisha or ye edi pnia wadia so and ye pet. Something here. Why your bar? Ekuya your bar. And she shall me yet a pen our dear. And your pair and she shall say ekuya so yet. Many was she shedding your pole. Yes, she shedded the Muslim. But Tolibia, and she shall bear my air yet. Edia copper a year. San she shall not bounce to the year, the Bema. And like poles will repel. It is only on like poles that will attract. Mommy, we should blame you when you are not married. Unless you don't know whether you are a man or a woman. JB.
Counselor.
Yes, my lord.
Yeah, so, funny enough, I agree with you. Say, Oba, me need baby, but me fear me you know. Me wanna say, I sis was so worry. Now say, especially so our boyfriend be. Na ya see be only na chance here. Who be some boyfriend? What relationship you should have an aim why you are in that relationship. Obviously, you want it to be a long term. Only the partner after 3, 4, 5 years on cash. Now still wouldn't know why. I believe saying not one now. I also say they will join what society will say. And as a join because say me join no ye. That means you were not meant for that person. That is what I believe. Say it is a what's any partner ubefia no hate 30. Me I don't know me catch me could say. Obama, person who Bema loyalty pa when it started poor no ya richer. And I'll be so pema. Only no more poor now only scanning the uncle Chensi Mao. Or yes, most men or I'll be who say yes. Or no bet yourself bad difference anything.
I said Bema Jessica, I said a man need your bar need a ma.
Yes, it's also what say be I'm a boyfriend, be I'm in a chance school. Maybe I am working man. Sometimes you have to take a bold decision and a step. Now we move it back because on cash because maybe I near she has why age mate class. So I feel no she you must say not still what's in a while once I hate it.
Application.
Reality is setting in. Now after the open was already 35, forgetting said there are fibroids. So when maybe I are keeping a godly person,
that's fibroids. Once fibroids are meant for good girls.
Yes, I always say that.
Yeah, but medical term, fibroids are meant for good girls, babies are meant for bad girls.
Yes. After the baby, number maternal age so setting in. When you might be 40, after the is going to give you a lot of complications. So I believe Obia is meant for marriage, but you have to like who you are hating me. I always tell my younger sisters and my younger siblings say, don't wait till you hit 30 before you push your boyfriend to or whoever to say you want to get. Find out if give the person an ultimatum. Say by this time, if I don't see anything, I am leaving this relationship.
But is it right to tell a guy plan to marry me by end of December or I'll leave you? Is it right to do that? Is it not cheapening yourself?
I don't think so because it's a long-term relationship. So if I am in with you, it takes two to tango. I have to know, do you have plans of marrying me? If not,
but should every relationship end in marriage?
No, please.
So then why would you want to? Why do you want? I came to have a fling. So why are you pushing me to marry you?
You know, I would say a man. Sometimes, most of us in a relationship when because of you feel say bear man, it be a done. And to what done it, you go in with your all, and then you are still waiting. So, try and say you get married.
Have you ever? Can you tell me on record that any woman has entered into any relationship with their all before? Can you enter into a relationship with your all? That is a lie.
Well, I have, but I can't say.
So you think that you think that you have entered this relationship you are in with your all?
Yeah.
That's a lie. If you listen to my lecture from the beginning, I'm saying that for you to survive as a human being on earth, you need to learn how to pretend.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
If you don't pretend, you are not a human being. So I pretend. I'm a man of faces.
Okay.
So if you are not a man or a woman of faces, you can't be a human being. Then you should be a ghost. So if you tell me that I've given my all in the marriage, that's a lie. Me, I've not given my all in my marriage, and I can't because I don't even know my all. I know my past. I know my present. Me, as I sit here, I don't know my future.
I concur. Yeah.
So how do I come in with my all? So why do you remind me? I'm giving you up to November. I mean, that's a cheap language.
But counselor, so you can't just, you are in a relationship with someone, it's an agreement. What you've agreed to date that person. You can't just say, oh, sorry, you are leaving.
Because there's no agenda for the relationship. We cannot say every relationship to any marriage. Some relationship must end in childbirth and forget the rest.
But what you are saying, I think the relationship where you are entering because of there's a purpose. Most women are married.
And I'm saying that because you were created for marriage, every relationship you find yourself, you are expecting marriage, and that is why you are still single.
So, Counselor, what do we do? We shouldn't expect marriage.
Cool, that's what I'm saying. Wednesday, I'm going to blow your mind.
Like that.
No.
What if also okay?
It is very difficult to identify a marriage material by virtue of walking and seeing them. You only see a marriage material after marriage.
No, men can marriage, but so what question be nani pass oh manager
na me see obi shia we ne no say manager be say marriage or your truthful.
So are you saying so you're by you should I say I don't know if I'm using the right term. So with me dating more than one man, you shouldn't like
if you date one guy for more than 14 days in a year, you are a failure. Hello.
Interesting. Well, most of us, I feel so.
And that is why you are in marriages. That's why you are in marriages with fear. You were created to come and be a man's helpmate. God brought you to continue what he has started. But if you see yourself, you are not godly.
And it sounds like everyone saying, "Me no dating now." So any before dating, would you be happy about it?
What is wrong about it? Mama sempoate.
So I should hide it. Is that what you are saying?
Dear, you did wa bontin ya wade. And pratching your functioning.
Well, I'm finding it very difficult to accept.
There is always a difficulty in accepting what I'm saying. Minister, be a shocking Ghana for Bibli. Napo.
Yeah, I saw it this morning.
On Waleda. Sani etiona akumia. Unima akumia.
Yeah.
Also say nene wa. When you saw young got yes, you are any old girlfriend. Napo, after Napo wale. On this sami gemfia oko wale ntem.
Oh, okay.
And wawari numo and then the engineer had to saw wale meboa.
Yeah.
And I'll go so far no sign court the intentem or got any baby. So far she does so much. Ebe already jai. As also our jai is on Yawadipa. Yambo be be a mouth. Yabo be be a way be a small mouth. Every man is qualified to marry you, Jamie. Every man can marry my wife. I am not designed for my wife. You too. Every man can marry you.
When can you say in a relationship? No. So when you are serious, probably you are gathering.
That's one of the biggest mistakes. Never ever plan marriage. That's what I'm saying. Wednesday, I'm going to blow your mind. Wednesday is when we are going to teach how to marry, preparing to marry, preparing to be married. If any man is going out with you and is giving you signals, say, "Must start to turn your mom," he's a wrong person. Leave him fast because it is not right.
No, I quite knocking.
And knocking, there'll be a knocking. Knocking means and crofwe who say use fatasi e ware e so baby anya knocking be say 7 8 e wo tiri so na wuntu su ba ko na ba go be knock ya na e ko ware wo de na say unsun bo sa.
Interesting. Because me feel say okay ni chance ni pani be yin we di say me na mpese
na ba ni say na Ghana mbema bebre ba ko pe na ba yin anim wo na so ho nya fesa wo ele na ma ho kwan na nkrofo ma ho kwan na nkrofo nson e me knock ni snap to anson ni empemu de e do su ko e wo akoma so ma we ade na ba ko pe ade
family members see
the family will see that they have a gold. Because when you put sugar down, ants will attract and come to it. When you put ants, when you put sugar and you see house flies coming, check where from the sugar. But that's so. Knowledge is power. Also sit there.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you for joining me.
And then so I am 11th anniversary.
Hey, what were 11 years? Hey, why are you? Hey, you know me out of Momo Zemano. What's up about 11 years?
Oh.
Why are you? Why? Yeah, no one's really canning in and yes, I mean, person will be for maybe I say, Mount Congress, I would be one. Higher crown, yeah, no, I mean, yeah.
Higher
as someone be said, assemble a gun and you. Young call Oima. Why do you think? Will you lose anything if you don't marry?
Yeah, me after our when they say when you want to marry, you have to prepare your mental health, and then also you have to make the decision yourself. Sometimes people around you may say certain things that can discourage you. But if you are not firm on your feet, you make a wrong decision. That will lead you into a path you forever regret.
But can you make a right decision, my dear? Is it very easy to make a right decision?
It's not easy.
So when people are helping you to make, when people are helping you, so when people are helping you, why do you get worried?
No, it's not like people are helping you. The kind of things they will say. It's not like they are helping you, don't do it. But if you sit down and think, some of them, you know that what they are saying, if you don't take care, you lose something that you also cherish.
Okay.
You understand? So we have to be careful about what people will tell us when we are due to marry. I married at the age of 27 years. And then when I decided to marry, most of my friends were saying a whole lot of things. Oh, I feel as in school. Man,
were they wrong?
Oh, and worry. Well, I would say, yeah.
They were wrong.
Right, because I didn't enjoy life.
So were they wrong?
They were right.
Thank you very much. Yeah. But there are others that will tell you that, may feel oh, I didn't tell
yeah.
On sell, but what do you want to who better than bed in me? I'm saying it every day.
It's true.
If you give me the chance again, I will never marry a virgin. I will never marry a novice. I will not marry a prayer warriors again.
It's true.
Not because they are evil, but they tend to depend on you for friendship. And my wife cannot be my friend.
Why?
I am a hunter. I move with dogs.
So, as you said, I think in marriage and in a relationship, we all have to pretend.
No, but I'm happy you've learned the lesson. I'm happy you've learned the lesson the hard way, telling us that your friends told you, and unfortunately, when they told you, you didn't take it. Say, you were supposed to have fun before you come back to me. And the fun is not said. The fun is that, Charlie, if you are a young girl who buys a Delta One or first class ticket to travel, nobody will come into your life and buy you economy.
Yeah.
What I say? Nobody will come and buy you because it's garbage. There wouldn't be any a boy. And you want to win to ticket them to Nkwama. You've not gone through the process to buy a ticket to go and just go and have fun in Dubai 2 days and come back. You are waiting for me as a husband, and it has always been my wish that I'll go to Dubai one day. So now that you've married me, please, the first request is that take me to Dubai. Yeah. What did I mean? Say, maybe sorry one day. Me see ye and me phone ye be a man then. Ah, me dani many ma. Ya me 20 million say me give Franco to fool. And I was like, what? Because the only person that was giving me that money those things was my mother. But it didn't change my life for my wife. But I see it every day on record. And the women who are around me, they give me like crazy. It's not because they are fools. Yes, I give them, but what they do for me, obi to me to ginger chips, mommy, $15. Only party income, $35. And to weigh you $15, they are to ginger chips amount. I can't say. It tells you, say, we're going into deep thinking to give you what you're having. What I say? And you say, baby, be a my boss shows me handkerchief. Now I do so I want to gold watch and an iPhone 34. So me kase e no kre. Hey, who are you about what time is it? When you jet. Oba be sure what time is it? Eh boring. And me that's say what can say no kre. When you ma to aso na me fa wisi.
So as you said, I think what you were saying that say one warrior and our experiencing marriage, it's a mistake. Sometimes it's true. We all have to experience it. We all have to know how it feels because in fact, you would think, hey, I mean, worry, and I mean, yes, say, you would think, say, near you are wanting and one who are no.
Thank you.
But who come one? That's a who send it here. At least we ain't cast a walk on a pew. But what components and you will know, say, it will be an advice for the others that are following you as well.
But are you aware marriage is not forever?
Yeah.
So as you are in your marriage, you can't tell me that you are in the marriage with your all.
Yeah, you can't. How can you? How can you?
But you've been, so you have pretended for 11 years.
Yeah, you have to.
So you are pretending for 11 years.
Don't do that. Always you break up, you break down.
Thank you.
You have to pretend.
So those who are afraid to go and pretend, they are still single.
Yeah, you have to pretend.
You love somebody's husband. You love the person's husband. And you are still there patching. The omubeka. Me no who say that's my best say mufie. You got some now we go our dear no. Mama, stop pretending. Dino na wo no wale won ka ho. Ah. Congratulations on marriage anniversary. Keep pretending, mommy.
Thank you.
Don't open your eyes too much. Actually, don't open your eyes at all. Keep closing your eyes. Because when you open your eyes, this 11 years will become one day. Congratulations, 11 years of marriage. Hello, Dr. Ofori.
Oh, hello. You're right. Yeah. I think I've listened a lot to your comment, and I want to contribute a bit to it.
Go ahead, my brother.
There is a thought that Fletcher is a philosopher, and then Karl Marx, and then Malcolm. Also, they used to say this in the philosophical thinking, say all being equal. If all being equal, if all things being equal, it means if everything stays perfect, then everyone must marry. But because we can make all things being equal, so things changes. I mean, nature changes people. Situation changes people. For example, someone is about 25 years, and then person is dead, and some incident happened, and then that person did not get to marry, or the man just passed away and did not get to marry. And so you realize that all things being equal, this person should get married. But because all things don't get equal, where things don't really line up, because situation can happen, circumstances can happen, people will not be ready for it. Some people decide on their own that, look, I just don't want to do it because I don't have the know-how and I don't have the know-how, so I just don't want to go into it. And so it becomes individual choice now, even though in reality, all being equal, it should be something that God created, or something that everyone must and should.
So Doc, let me just put in a question for you, Doc, Dr. Forey, with your first narrative of the books that you read about the philosophers, and I've read all their books, and I've come back to rubbish most of their thoughts because it was a personal feeling and a personal thought like mine I'm sharing now. And so I don't believe in books anymore. I believe in the things I've read to combine the confusion of people's mind, because everybody writes a books as a pretender. Now, based on what you've said, all things being equal, the original purpose of life, that's the originality, can never be compared to all things being equal, because you are a finished product. You are a man, I'm a woman. For that matter, the reason for creation has been fulfilled. Yours is to continue. So I don't believe in all things being equal when it comes to relationship. And I'm saying that because if you are a man, nothing changes you from thinking like a man. If you're a woman, nothing changes you from producing as a woman. So creation has fulfilled its mandate. Yours is to continue. So where's the all things being equal? That's where I stand.
There is a guy that really, in his age of, he's been in prison for life. He's got a life sentence in jail.
Good.
If all things being equal, he shouldn't have been in jail, but he is in jail.
No.
And he hasn't got married.
No.
Yes,
no.
Because
I'm saying no because being in jail cannot be all things being equal.
He's in jail for life. You're going to get him out.
Unfortunately, there are people who have been in jail for life, but they are more hopeful than those who have sentenced in the next day to be acquitted and discharged. And I'm saying this because
I'm saying that because this person he hasn't got married. He was just in jail when he was 15 years old, and he got sentenced for life.
But you know, do you know that somebody can reverse for the life sentence he's in?
But as it stands right now,
we can be surprised that all too soon they'll reverse for him. A man can come and reverse. So nature has given him the opportunity to be married. So this is not all things being equal, dog.
But this person, I'm not making up. This person is 85 years, right, and died 4 years ago.
So once he's dead, he is dead. So we won't count him among those who say all things being equal. Because
no, but what I'm saying, if all things no, I think please let's be right.
Do you get where I'm coming from?
What I'm saying is that,
dog, if he's still in jail,
I get it, but
if he's still in jail, dog, the tendency that somebody can bring him back is what I'm talking about. But if he's dead, then his story is gone.
Yeah, but because we saying all things being equal, in the fact that it's not only a philosophical thinking, but it's a state where nothing is perfect and everything is subject to change. And that's what the philosopher.
Well, everything is not subject to change.
that is also not true, because there are some things that no matter how you think it is, the originality will remain, even when you try to deform it or reform it. That's what I'm saying, that our first thought is that marriage is a contract and marriage is not. That's where the error comes from, because we are registering it.
I'm not really with even that, but what I'm trying to state that in a state where everything doesn't change, in the ideal situation, we call the ideal situation, everybody needs to get married.
Okay.
But there are some unlike situation that happens that a person decide that which it doesn't keep the person in the room, which means that circumstances happens, like this gentleman that is in jail, and I'm talking about some people are in jail that they don't see the day of light, right? There won't be a way where they can be reversed. They won't. And there is a situation as well that where people decide, some people decide on their own that no, I don't want to get married.
That is where they have a problem. They have a problem. Anybody who says I don't want to get married is pretenses. They are pretending.
Yeah.
Anybody who says I don't want to get married is a pretender. Because there's no circumstance in your life.
Circumstance happens. Yes, exactly.
No, there's no circumstance in your life that should test you for falling in love with marriage. So anytime you base on a present circumstance to make a decision, you are not being yourself. Because we don't know the future. We only know the past and the present.
Yeah.
So we all need to make mistakes. So when you marry, Asamoah didn't marry to think that he was going to divorce the wife. Later he didn't know that what he was even entering is not a marriage at all. But he took the risk. I am married today. Marriage is not forever. But if you have not married before, you can never compare yourself to the one who has married and divorced.
Yeah.
We are all pretending.
I've seen there was one Jewish lady that went through the Holocaust, and when she was very little, and then really saw 2 people die in fire. And then wrote a book where she stated that I will stay on my own, stay single is power. If you read that book before, I'll stay on my own, single is power. And she hasn't got married, and she's about, I think she's very old now. But she might be in the 80s.
But unfortunately for her, if you read that same book, there's a portion that she admits loneliness. You read a book. I've read it too. She admits loneliness. So there's a vacuum in a man that must be filled by a man. There's a vacuum in. Oprah Winfrey told all of us how bold and single she was. Until one day she broke out and told us that she cries at a certain stage of her life because there was no man.
Yes.
So it is that's what I'm saying, that it is a creation mandate in you that must be fulfilled. So unless you have lost creation mandate, that I am not a man, I am not a woman, then you can pretend and tell us that you're not made for marriage. But everyone was made for marriage.
Will everybody marry?
Yes.
Will everybody marry?
Yes.
Has everybody married on earth?
Yeah, everybody will be married. If we don't stop the blockade.
I don't think so.
So watch it, dog. Everybody believes that polygamy is a crime. A man is having too many wives. But I believe that it's not a man having too many wives, but it's rather that every woman will have a husband. You see a very responsible man who says marriage is nothing to me. Very educated, eloquent, has all that it takes. And you ask them why they're not married. And they tell you a flimsy excuse, which is pretentious. But they still have sex. They still have erection. They still have a challenge. There are other people who are married to men, who are eloquent, who are smart, but their male organ is not working. So we are pretenders. That is why we believe that everybody cannot marry. I love your intellectual discourse, dog. Thank you for the enlightenment. I love it.
Will you say that there is irreversible circumstances and reversible circumstances? There are irreversible circumstances.
I believe that every circumstance is reversible. That's what I believe. There is no irreversible circumstance except age. Even that, you can achieve. You can achieve what you are supposed to achieve at 40, at 90. How old was Obama when he became a president? And how old was Trump when he became a president? So the future is what I tell people. We don't know the future. We want to risk the present into the future. And that is why we are delaying in marriage. We don't know the future.
Will everybody get married?
Yes.
Till he die?
Yes.
Will everybody get married?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Well, the reason I'm saying yes is because as we keep on enlightening them, opening their minds to reality, opening their minds to reality, we'll be able to achieve that hallmark.
But they're exceptional.
Well, most exceptional cases. Okay, so most exceptional cases as a result of decisions that they are making based on their current circumstances without expatiating what you're going through. So when they have people like you, when they have people like me, people like you,
like me, we got choices. It's like, sorry to talk. It's like if there are people like me, I've got choices I could do. But there are people, they put an irreversible circumstance. They are disabled to a state that, look, their situation is just irreversible.
Doug, I agree with you. Doug, I agree with you that in their disability, marriage has not been written off. They are forcing to write marriage off.
So do you say that marriage is something to do with mind and
marriage is a Christian mandate. It's an innate. When they say the word innate, means that it is part of your embodiment in creation. It's an innate.
I have to disagree.
That's okay. That's okay. Dr. Fori, it's been nice having your I love your intellectual discourse, and I like when people read a lot. It becomes difficult when we are reading too many books, and I get to a time that you see the books we just mentioned, read, and I read to the parts that people don't read. Like I'm telling you about that famous woman who believed that being in singleness is what? You go read back. She still keeps on giving us punches of her loneliness. It doesn't mean that marriage can quench your loneliness, but it is a vacuum that God has created once you are a being. Master, no matter how bad your wife is, no matter how bad your husband is, Charlie, do baby, ebe chiamba, chiadie kodu, me free bijak, e check it to abek no wasanya ba form. It's a mandate. Thank you so much. Have you ever? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No, ask your question. If you ask. No, if you ask no yes, you just say I'll open here. Go ahead. Just ask your last question. Let's go. Sorry.
All right. Thank you. Is there a state where someone could get, because there is a state where in the mind where someone will be in the abstract, to say that I'm in the abstract and made my mind that I want to do something. It's like, you can make your mind that you don't want to steal, and circumstance can push you, but you still want to steal. You can make your mind that you don't want to rob the bank, and it doesn't matter what circumstance that come, you won't rob the bank. You can, because you've disciplined yourself to accommodate the risks and factors of the circumstance.
Because robbing,
will you say that someone can do it?
Because robbing and all these things you are saying are not in it, but marriage is in it. That's the difference.
difference.
What did you say it's a choice? Because
No, marriage is not a choice. So it's an innate request in the being. It's not a choice. Nobody teaches anybody how to erect. Have you seen a school teaching people how to erect their male organ?
But erection comes by precipitate.
No. It's because it's so at the end of the day, you can realize that it is part of the being. It becomes a challenge when the being has been affected. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm saying the marriage is innate.
I get it.
Marriage is innate. It's not outside. It's an internal thing. It's not an external thing. So if you are waiting for marriage as an external service, you won't get it. It's in you. You are refusing to apply it, but it's in you. Me me worry da. Awaya de koye den. Me kosua ye de me oboa ewo mu. There are people who have come back to testify to the truth. And they've told us.
This armed robber,
yes.
When this armed robber went to jail, he says that, and because he really testified, the reason why they put him to jail is that they said, "Look, you're going to go to jail because you decided to do it yourself."
That's
and
true.
He said, "Well, I'm being precipitated by the economy. I'm being precipitated by my upbringing. I'm being precipitated by other things."
All these ones are external. They are all external. They are all external.
Exactly.
They are all external. But I'm saying that marriage is innate. It's an internal thing.
Because the external precipitate the mind.
But unfortunately, it's an internal thing. No, it's an internal thing. So once it's internal, all the out external can come up and do what? But because it's internal, it must happen with no excuse. Keep pretending.
I'll give way for someone to come.
I love that. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Evia. Yeah, me do. Challenge the oil me for some weeks. Me to ask you. Ade, my own be a fachem. If you are sana bell cast off friend, me go fear so sana enro no hu se sana onya wrong number. Enti odo. Fia number ni. Oh, na the amba. Oh, me do na eba ya man fan send me the eba me ye. Hwede o chre wo ho. Send me the eba me ye. Na me hu hwede o chre wo ho de aye wa. Efia, unti kra ma fofo ne hwe so. Efia atwo. Obi ade mba because ni nyina hwe. Ebi amba ye, ba me. Me enko amedo. Medo, unu yesisi a frame no obi anti say oh frame because yesi a eni ha hwi ni ha oyima 862 571 3950
I think I reply because me on 2nd November.
That's my reply. Pamicho.
Please, I'm here now, please.
Pamicho. Medo Pamicho bedroom. Pamicho bedroom in town. The answer is that I've responded.
Okay, you responded,
yeah. And what's a me don't hear genuine. And I was there with Jano, and ye, me jaw and net and jaw china. Medowa, my wife. That's a good so dream. Now I'm doing what's happening.
Watch it.
We are saying, yeah, man, who are on a vac. We are group of who I'm saying, hey, to see our bell, AC, Moneve, Mona Mama group near after the Moy Yama. It must start to 2. Must start to 2. Was a Ramamba? What was our mind one day? Not a grown my baha koda. Me the Saramati. Oh, me back up. There no one request. Yeah, boy. One yana so be for Joe. Adam Ja Eve Kakroba na bun someone amana Dubai bi edi. Nti ma hwa no we be jiwa ko.
And you made a simple.
Roman sisters. Every Roman sister who is not married will actually lose heaven if there's heaven. Roman fathers who are not married will have to go and answer to God why they are not married. It's a choice, but it's in them. And very soon, Pope Francis Benedict is going to change the status that the Roman sisters can still marry and still be Roman sisters. Write it down. I said this thing 10 years ago.
Very soon, when?
Soon. They've started. Now they are calling fathers who are married now in a Catholic convent. In some areas, you can still marry and be a father. Yes. Celibacy is not a religious act. Because we have fathers who have children now. It's an inhuman status. When you become a celibate, it doesn't make you holy. It's a dogma. And I'm saying that very soon, keep my word, the change is coming, and the change is now. To Roman sisters, you can still be a Roman sister, worship your God, and have children. Because if you do
of course.
Our dear is an innate thing. We will move. Yeah, nyame di share. Of
course.
That's what I want you to know.
Yeah, I believe marriage is for everyone. But once life experiences, and I'm making choices, say, our area is not meant for me because of what they've been through, their past experiences in relationship and marriages. Because if it's not for everybody, I said, a give for almost onward. In God, no one train plan again. So of course, it's for everyone.
How many people they are doing here? But that should be a common thing. They are doing here.
We didn't know count cast, and so of course, I'm a warrior. Then of course, I didn't know for. Or be a nipe biaba, and I'm making choices. So say, and I'm making what you go through, no. And I'll go cover then it's not meant for me. So then we'll give you up.
And that is where the problem. That is where the problem is. If you are between me and you, we don't know our future. We only know our present and our past. None of my schoolmates saw this coming. They didn't see it. That is why when they see me and they call me by my school name, I ignore them because I'm no more a student.
Counselor, more question me now by as I side this topic.
Now
the number was once I now can be able to say oh Jawaria, na ushia ufufura. You don't have to tell the person your past and everything. My question is, like celebrities, people in the public spaces. They can obeshia upi. If I say be a celebrity, be a my past, I don't want to share with my new partner. Like I've met you, I won't tell you. But you know, in the course of because you are out there, maybe I interview be or not from somewhere, then something pops up. If you are a man in my life, now what you say be a me past, yes, but man can't tell how are you going to take it?
Nothing.
Because this thing about
it's not important.
Because I'm trying to a bit dowsy. They find a bit because money say million men can't share with you, but what if what you want? And if you are in that person's shoes, how are you going to take it?
So what you want here? Are you coming to confirm from me?
No, of course, if a man is going to ask, a woman is going to ask you, so cancer, sometimes let's face the reality. Let's face.
No, which one is the reality? So, for example, there's an interview that says that Councillor Littrot is married to 4 women. Then I come to you, Efia. It's not a discussion for us because they are not living things. Your focus is to come and join their wives.
You wouldn't discuss or you wouldn't even ask about it.
No, but I'm saying that it is a childish thing to ask. If you're the most offensive, if you're maybe you ask me, if you're in the first place,
not to talk about it. So
if you're in the first place, the only things that are discussed before marriage are past that have evidence and have living things. For example, I had a child with Ohima that child is a living thing. So I can't avoid that child discussion, but I can avoid the process where how I had a child. Do you get where I'm coming from? So I have a child, but whether I was raped, molestation, this issue happened and they lied about me, I'm not too sure the child is mine. It's none of your business.
So what if it comes up later? Then you.
Anytime it comes up, it's none of your business. What's your case? It's none of your business. For example, this girl issue with Asamoah, that it has come up that because she's married, the first marriage of Asamoah has been nullified. Who does it concern? Who does it concern? It is you, the individual. Yeah. Knowing Ellie, what would they have done? I know that I'm married and I went ahead to do this. I have 3 kids out of it. It's me, I know. So what's your beef? If you keep this in your head, if you want to live long on earth, you have to magnify your pretenses. Plain, straightforward, doesn't give longevity of life. Pretend, and you will live long.
How?
So if you go and hear it on radio, that Efia has 3 children, and Efia didn't tell me about it, now you know about it. You want details? Are you serious? That's what I'm saying. And when it comes to living things, we will discuss it, that I am born 3, but details to it you won't get.
Of course, you can't hide it.
So if I've had a relationship with Efia, I have a relationship with JB. Many Anita a relationship 10 years. Many JB a relationship 4 years. Many Efia. This is unnecessary, and this is unnecessary. And obi obaba be this uncommon oni a dream papa or a dream we are here. Say, Anna, you didn't tell me about it. You didn't tell me about it. And after your interview, so after your interview, I realized that they said you had a relationship with Efia some years ago, and I am in the mix. I didn't know all these things. What did you want? What did you want these for? Was it to inform your decision whether I am sexually active or what? It's not a discussion. It's not a discussion. Listen to me. So we married, and my first secretary in the company, who we never got married, is sharing her lifetime history and said, I'll always be grateful to my former boss who helped me, went through education, and today I'm who I am. And he's a lovely person. And I want to confess that we had a relationship nearly to marry. Then my wife comes to say, hey, so you and Efia had a relationship, but you didn't tell me. If you don't take it, my wife will go to the family house. Because for me, because this is a very stupid question. In the first place, when does secrets ceases to be secret? Is it when it's long? A secret is never passed. So you have to learn how to keep a secret. Unless it is with an evidence. You had a relationship with me as a secretary. Did you have a child with me? No. So why are you talking about it? And only me too quiet. Hey! What mean to quiet yo? Meeting or qua lunch over me because now you were the same building. Lunch break over me, snack break over me. Hey, dear. Me let me teach sounding there to come yam shame. I said minimum the power. Minimum low. Now somehow what can in 1985. Now me cut it in so. Sisi akoti na jo. And to tell somebody if you are kono. Snack meet me dino. And you assembly to a fear team. And you also to and I or him manka. Snack bedino. Lunch bedino. What do you buy any dear? And I depend wedding back. It is unnecessary. A secret secret will always be a secret, even if it's past. Many if you didn't come on me do it is a agro. A far. And one know. If me sister me got to say, if you go catch a princess say, hey, many councillors say I call out. Me no be jai because who any pay no now. Obi a yedi no can be any nyansa. Now who can? No me so can intro. Get bia metis or see medino na. Get bia metis or see medino. Me hwe ni di me say now me do abet maka. And wa come and go for the edi. Me so me di da. Maybe I do say am go di ana ni beji.
Okay, what you say?
What's your big question? I dare be Brahmin children in 11 gifts. It's in what game for aqua. Between we show the question, no gifters. Oh, 0 gifters. Me we show no man, me 0 gifters. The right age for marriage is that a young girl like you should be married after 29 years. And a young man should marry after 30.
Wow.
But you see how life is. 30 years. You are now in America trying to hold the center. So, Wednesday.
What should a woman look for?
Wednesday.
In a man.
Wednesday, I'm teaching how to prepare to be married and prepare to marry. Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah, Wednesday I'm teaching that. Because everybody must marry. You can't stay like that.
Is it okay for a woman to settle down with Bema on no wedding saying like
Bema seen it more than 10 years. Ejuma.
Like level set, yeah.
But you don't need educational level to marry your wife. Marry a woman who can read and write because of the children's homework. Asa?
No, I mean a woman marrying like Bema, that position wise, like if you are school. Is it okay?
But if you're highly educated than your husband, what does it add to the marriage? Nothing.
As a man, they're insecure.
But if a man is getting insecure because you are more educated, why are you allowing an insecure man to become your husband?
What sort of relationship he was okay with it? But if you have more settled down, you know, men, actually, we are pretending. We're pretending, so it's fine. Oh, but why we are there?
We will keep on pretending. As I'm sitting down here, my wife is more intelligent than me, but I'm pretending to be the husband. I spell a word, and then I'll spell it. Obu Ontinu was spelling mommy. Now I bet can't beg you to know. Metia me trouble for no text your mommy. Spell it correctly. Now me tell me the shine. Do you know how sweet it is? Say Ubedi see you. Oh, there is Jimmy ni Bama. Mommy, Jimmy ni Bama be creative problem because like posts they repel, unlike posts attract. So Benya said, Obi Oye said, unfortunately, CEO of World Bank. Where did a man who about what him? Who this you are man who about? Now if you are when yes, say if you are sending me tea. Na me do na me ho ba na me na ba ko wo so checheche mo hwe counselor o kan wo ti mo hwe counselor mo counselor ni o mo counselor ni o yeah counsel power ko bi say na me do this year mommy me say do you think marrying me will be easy being the wife of a counselor? But you have to pretend. Thank you very much. Etina me kase ehuna wo dwene de emboaye because ensesahwe enya wo awale nti na megya asofudie ma me mfra wa asofudie ma me mfra wa asofudie me mfra wa asofudie sofo yire me yire we me ye wada
if you also agree on that
ma me Mammy Timmy, me da. Etro me kwa sorry omba emfa me ho. Ye kwa so abre. Ya mfre no me na ye frɛ me. Nyame ahumi no frɛ no. Adide ni aha. So for awade be de. Eh. Mun jade am kan. Ye ne awale na jade o kan princess. Efia de asi. Yenko.
Transfer. My network be freeze here.
Oh, anti dem kan ya want it.
Man, sorry.
Me say. So for awade. Me ne frɛ me ya mfrɛ wo. Anti man dwem.
Oh, okay.
Me meti we, me ire.
I'm your support system.
No, hold on. No. When it comes to the ministry, God never gave a wife to support a husband in the ministry. It is nowhere in scripture. Entina obi dane sofo no ye na yiri by force sofo a nyame mfrɛ ukunu frɛ wa wo bre nyame frɛ wa wo mbre. There are a lot of pastors' wives. And I make us say there are a lot. So hear me, oh. There are a lot of pastors' wives that God have not called them, but their husbands have called them. If your husband,
that's why I said it. I believe sex of mommy has to be a calling.
No, it's not a calling. Please, wifeship is not a calling. You are not marrying a pastor. You are marrying. Hello, you are not marrying a pastor. So why is my wife not afraid of ghosts? Because I cast dead bodies.
And because you can't sleep, you'll be disturbed by sleep.
So I'm saying that. So when the ghosts come, listen to me. You want to buy 2 pounds of a cow meat, and you are being chased by a cow. Just 2 pounds, $40. The one who killed the cow is snoring and sleeping. Is it the problem of the cow or you? Who to enough 40 cities at the year life soup? Who's in the trade you? You're cool in China. Mommy. Yenya Wally. But I saw princess.
Counselor.
Yeah, Medo.
The mother is into me, Casa.
Nahusa and Kwalei Aswad Day. Mama men Kasebi. I don't know where I'm saying. I didn't go for Wally. Do you have a reason why people are not getting married?
Oh,
Princess, are you married?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay. I want to ask a question that if you like, don't answer. When you give it the opportunity, will you marry your husband again?
I'm married with 2 kids.
When you give it the opportunity, will you marry your husband again? You can decide not to answer. Thank you, Afia.
Counselor.
Yes.
Counselor, please come again.
I'm saying that you can decide to answer or not. When you're given the opportunity, will you marry your husband again?
Yes, I'll marry him again.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Do you know why?
Yes. If you want to share with us, we will listen.
I'll marry him again because yes, I'll marry him again because I think I find comfort being with him. Okay, he's everything a woman could ask for.
No, is everything.
It's not about money.
No, it's everything you are asking for. Not every woman.
Yeah, fine. It's everything I am adding for.
Thank you. So not every woman. Yeah, not every woman. Because this your husband. If you don't take care, maybe a fear cannot marry your husband.
Yeah, it's true.
So you are marrying him.
You can't marry him in some way. Yes,
and maybe to Efia will be the best husband for your husband. Because you are pretending. Your husband too is pretending.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
If you are not pretending, like you are not in the mind, like you have left. Yeah. So I'm saying that if you tell us that you marry him and marry him again, it's because you want to continue pretending so that you can stay in marriage.
But you can't be alone too.
So that's what I'm saying.
You will not be happy.
So people are alone because they are not ready to pretend.
Yeah.
So if you want to marry, you have to learn how to pretend.
Well, sometimes we do pretend, especially when the kids comes in.
When they are not even in,
Because you
cry,
don't
you are
have your
pretend.
life anymore.
Even if they are not in,
Yeah, you don't have
pretend.
your life anymore.
To agree to marry me is pretense.
You are right.
To agree to be my
Yes.
wife, you are pretending. And that's why I married you.
Yes.
Me, I married my wife because she pretends.
Even if you are beaten, you should pretend.
No, you see.
No.
When abuse comes in, you have the conscience to move out because there's abuse. That is part of the pretenses. Do you get it?
Counselor.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
You know when the pretending comes in. To me, I think I have seen it. I have seen it severally.
Mm-hmm.
The pretending comes in when he starts doing things you don't like. I am a very neat person. I love to keep my things, like I keep them very well, and I arrange everything. Even when I want to remove a dress, I have a way of removing it so that it will not get crooked or something.
You have a
I
mental
fold
problem.
my things, arrange them perfectly.
Yeah, you have a mental
Yes.
problem. You have a mental
But
problem.
when he comes in to take his clothes, he will mess up things.
Yes.
Even though I love him, I like staying with him. That particular thing he's doing makes me angry.
Why are you angry?
Of which I wish I was alone.
No. Why are you angry?
I am angry because you are not supposed to live that way. You know I don't like it.
So,
Don't do it.
so let me ask you: if the things are not disarranged, or they are people don't spoil, if they don't spoil the things you've arranged, will you arrange them again?
No.
And if
that
you don't,
will not bring another way.
so if you don't, if you don't arrange, hold on. If you don't go and arrange them again, it means that you have stopped arranging. Are you aware you can lose the skills of arranging? You should thank him for destroying the thing every day so that you leave. Yeah. He's giving you the ability to practice rearrangement. And if you observe, anytime he goes to destroy what you've arranged, when you go to arrange, you add new skills to the arrangement.
That brings about the pretending.
So it's not that you are pretending.
I try to pretend.
No, you don't need to pretend.
To like what you are doing.
No, you don't need to pretend. You have a problem, so go and solve it. OCD, obsessive compulsive behavior. Why should everything be straight?
Everything should be straight.
Says who? Even you are crooked, but you want everything to be straight. They'll continue pretending and tell your sisters to go and marry through pretenses.
So I think that brings about the pretending.
Whoever is in love with your husband. Yes, and people are in love with your husband, and they can become wives to your husband, but they are pretending. You too, you know them, and you are pretending not to allow them. I pray that they come by force.
They would never come in Jesus' name.
So in the name of Jesus,
they can never take over in Jesus.
No. In the name of Jesus, you are mentioning is pretenses. You know that because marriage is not forever. So why are you preventing others from coming?
I am preventing them because I'm still around. I have not said it's done.
No, but nobody wants.
Still around.
No, but your husband is not looking for many wives, but that your sisters too can have a husband. Why are you greedy like that?
Counselor.
Yes, my lord.
I don't share.
Is it yours?
I don't share.
Is it yours?
If I'm around,
no. Is it yours?
Yeah, he's mine.
Nobody is sharing you. They are sharing him. Why you became? Why? What's that?
No, I don't want to share him with anyone.
Are you him?
No, it's like the pants I wear.
No,
I can't share with anyone.
I'm saying, who is talking to me?
Why would I share him with someone?
Who is talking to me now?
It's me, Princess.
So it's not him, Prince.
No.
Let's share. Sharing is caring. Congratulations.
Don't do that.
I've done that. Sisters, Don't be afraid to
just
marry.
Just like your wife cannot share you with anyone.
That's her mind.
I can't share.
No, that is her mind. Her mind is that she can't share me. I am the sharer. She's not a sharer. I decide to share. She can't stop me from sharing.
And the woman wants to share.
But who cares? Oyuma obidi wa menti o. Menti o my ask you. Me kote brim ma wonti o. Me kote na abrim. Eko, yenko.
So, Councillor, remember we quickly answer that question.
But
share in Oshami Kwame can say me was say the partner ko cheat ya. On cheat you on a show.
Never.
We cheat you on.
That's right. Makasa won't hear me and me jaka. Now, Obi, Udio, baby, I not say. I feel so guilty that the way I am with your wife, I'm enjoying sex with you. I don't know how your wife will feel when she gets to know. How will she know? Or to go and come, Madam, Echo. Good evening. Hey, I just said another way here. I go who's here be we are yate.
And Obi be five baby to be to the back screens when you
Mati, that's all.
Coded place then some what can India my head is there.
Echo, say what you say. Echo, say what you say. You are pretending to marry your wife. One does me, and the other I is there.
Until today, I didn't know Saname.
No, you are pretending. You are pretending.
Today, I didn't know. And also, Temudins, also, Ochanapa, also, the work.
Everybody is pretending. Your wife, if she doesn't pretend, you can't live together. I'm telling you. Even when you see another woman and you're not ready to sleep with her, it's because of pretenses. Oh, yes. No, faithfulness is not to your partner, it's to yourself. It's pretenses. When I say we have tea, you want me to mean, Manjami got to Ghana. By your pretenses. Night is say, so for being a mission, also, your pretenses. Mate, but that's your call. All right, let me hear you next. Why is your Kafra? Adele, is that the name?
Anidel.
Oh, Anidel. Okay. Let me hear you, Anidel. Why are people not getting married?
It's their choice.
Okay.
I think people want to get married because of choices they make.
Okay.
Some will be between and be but our friend, and I said, "I'm back on and the better than all back. I couldn't you know."
Okay.
Zanny Pano, oh, bow arrange to train home go worry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What choices we make.
But are they right choices?
What's it?
Are they right choices?
Oh, when you look at it from the biblical angle, in Kawidu, age beer, Bible says it is not good. But again, you would want to weigh yourself. You know yourself better. If you say, I worry, I will come on. Obeware. Or just say, wow, on swap. No, after baby at an.
And then I'm worrying, Jai. Send your warrior, send your own warrior crowd.
I mean, people go in with that mindset. I'm not ready, but Obi to me. are pressurized, I really want to get married to you. And they go in, they feel, no, this is not what I want, or this is not what I bargained for, and they opt out.
Some are forever. And see, why people stay? So why won't people try? And you know, why they still single?
It still boils down to choices. It's part of marriage. Once you marry, you should have other in your mind that divorce is equally part of marriage.
So why are people still single?
It's their choice.
Are they right choices?
It's still their choice.
How do we help them to make? No, we can't, because marriage is an innate thing. It is not an outer thing, though. It's in you. And it's not a learned behavior. It's innate.
Sure.
And also to me warrior, pretenses. Or here that same pretenses to be married. They be a say. Who shall Bible why you see? 10 virgins were sent to go and meet the bridegroom. 5 were foolish, 5 were wise. Who made 5 foolish and who made 5 wise? Who will send foolish virgins to go and meet a bridegroom? Are you insulting the one who sent them? It is not, none of them were foolish. The one who delayed is the one that made them foolish. If you could have come on time, would they be foolish?
Wow.
Hello.
From that angle, yes. The one who delayed made them foolish to run out of oil.
Because if the one who delayed could have come on time, those who took the extra oil could have a burden in carrying extra oil.
Yeah.
Because the one who sent them, the entry requirement was not who can carry extra oil, who is a virgin. So they had the entry requirement. Marriage is meant for a man and a woman. Are you a woman? Yes. So you are delaying because of what? Why are you foolish? It's the one who is delaying. It is not good. The Bible never said it's not good for a woman to be alone. It says it's not good for a man to be alone. So men are those who are causing women not to be married. I am somebody's husband, even though I'm married. There's a girl who is dying for me, but she's pretending not to come forth, and that's why she's still single. So, this is the problem. When God, I said it from the beginning, if you're listening to me, God created the garden with everything that they should enjoy. Immediately when sin happened, he brought them out of the garden. So a man will forever struggle with a woman. But because monkeys play by sizes, and they say birds of the same feathers, not birds of the same kind. So they can be apple to butter and bola bird. It is the feathers that are the same, but they are different. You are single. You are hitting 40. You want the clock to tick when? My sister, it is not about polygamy. It's that every woman will have a husband, not men having too many wives. Stop pretending.
I still see it to be choices.
So let's work on them, because choices are made according to environmental influence, not innate influence.
You can say that, but look at it for Obia. The upbringing, where who said the parents' marriage really didn't.
It should not affect your marriage because you are not marrying your father.
Or what that mentality.
So it is not innate, girl. It is not innate. It's a learned behavior. The fact that your father was wicked, your mother has married a wicked man. He's finished in town. There are other men who are not wicked. The only wicked man was married by your mother. So why are you looking for a father to marry?
So how can we help? How can we help? Because I really never thought about it this way. Because I always see it to be choices people make.
It's not true. We are accepting loose choices. People believe that. Look, when I start a relationship with you, Annabelle, today, the first thing in your mind is that it should end in marriage. That's nonsense. your value on coming to remind me, when are you going to marry me? That's a loose talk.
Yeah.
How do you ask a man, when are you going to marry me? I give you up to December. If you don't marry me, I'll step out. Go. Everybody must marry. Everybody must marry. Everybody must marry. And God created everybody to come and marry. Get ready to marry. Stop wasting your time. And Wednesday, I'll tell you how to marry. Wednesday, I'll tell you how to marry.
There's a man for every woman, and there's a woman for every man.
Thank you.
I believe so much. Yes, everyone needs to at least get in and then see if it's working for you or not. And
don't expect it to work. Go.
Oh.
You don't expect it to work.
For us Christians, we would want to.
That is why there are no Christian marriages. Don't waste your energy. There are no Christian marriages. Because in the church, from the pastor to the Levites, they are all pretenders. Bible says that when the man was wounded and he was lying half dead, the priest came, he passed. The Levite came, he passed. Who stopped? The Good Samaritan. Why did he stop? He stopped because he had everything that he can use to fight whoever killed the man. If you don't make a mistake and you fall down and the pastor who doesn't have what it takes to survive you comes, he will pretend and you will die.
Yes,
I didn't get just book me jack why. If you have a trouble, stop influencing people wrongly. You to come and influence people rightly. Come and influence people rightly, my sister or my brother, whoever wrote. Come. Bring your face, let me pick you. Come on, nobody's challenging anybody. We want knowledge. Knowledge is important. Are you not pretending what you came to write? Is it not out of pretense? That's why you're writing what you're writing? Stop influencing people. It's a pretenses.
If you feel that he's influencing, you can decide not to take the advice he's given. I mean, and they say, yeah, sure, be I say.
Dr. Fori came here. He spoke about 7 books, and all the books he spoke about, I've read them. But I just gave him a portion in the book that he has not read. He's going to read. Look at the influence Oprah Winfrey gave to people in the world. He came back later years to tell us that when he gets back home alone, he sees the loneliness. It's an innate thing. What to coin? We didn't know who knew her. Now, some of them be you mean cow boa. They are pretenses. Nyame kra mo de mo human kra pretenses. What bompire action is sad, you also on your knee. You are pretending to still worshiping God. We are pretending. Now you've worked for 7 years. You've worked for 12 months of your year. From January to November, you don't have $1,000 in your account. You are still pretending to worship God and smile to God. Why should we say somebody is a foolish virgin? Why the bridegroom has not kept to his time? You are not a foolish virgin. We should hold the bridegroom responsible for not coming on time. Royal Fire Pong. Okay, Royal, let me hear you. So we can close. Now people are not trying with a gift. So I close and it says 0 gifters. Is it fair? Royal.
Good evening.
Good evening, middle. Then I go.
What's the actual topic?
The actual topic is that is marriage created for everybody? And my point is yes, everybody was created to marry.
Yes, everybody is created to marry, but still, lucky.
Is it about luck?
I don't know, but I quite remember my patients be hoping and like almost say I've never been married, I've never been in a relationship, and I'm like, wow. Yeah.
So, I feel say maybe some people are not lucky, or some people are not just lucky in America. Yeah. Marriage is for everybody, but you'll be lucky.
So it's not about luck, my sister.
What is it about?
So that's it's unfortunate. So it's pretenses. Pretenses. Obi ampere dano, mami, ye wo watena santase sa obi ma bi ampere. Krodo so ye tena fa ko je ni guase.
Obroni do not in kromo.
Na me cho say obroni kromo no, uba America, ye Washington. Ye Canada. Ye wo bia. Enti bia enkrofo sell Atlanta, ade na nko Georgia, enko pemi.
Yeah, so I agree with you.
Pretenses.
Yeah.
We are pretending to hold.
Pretense. If they are comfortable at where they live,
they are not comfortable. If they are comfortable, they won't talk about it.
I went to ask, say, Uniba.
So why did you ask? Why did you ask? Because it's supposed to be part of their life. And they say no, because nobody has loved them before.
Around here is so dry.
Thank you. And she knows it's dry.
I asked her, Uniba, or say there be unfortunate. And I'm saying, I've never been married. There might be a crampem. That was like, what? And I made them for prepare me left and right. I made church me, you know.
And also, just say we are too special. And also, just also yes special. But no one abon the brass and will be ampen. Only che. You didn't go. Eti nyame bo ade abakwa ohima royal ade abakwa me pe onyame woni se obo obema or the bema tinka hyewu obo oba no de atinka na hye enti awade anya ade a ye beji wasase so ye bo wa wo de awade ba. It's an innate thing. Go and look for the word innate. Ehyewu mu enye learned behavior. Enti na so papa eni suban na oteto maame a memo bi nka nche o se wo papa ntete en bema wonye kunpa unko ware wo papa me ware me yire se na papa ware maame anka na ka me yire we ja wade dada
me se wonim de bia so ya na me hia nkofo me se me pe obi ti se me papa
yo maame we yo maame
and one time me doctor say person will go into relationship and I'm say there I want someone like my father. Or say there's nobody like your father. Your father is who he is, and somebody too is somebody. So you have to be prepared to face the other person. And your papa.
I can't polite. Your father is married to your mother, so become your mother to marry your father.
So you know it's some marriage, new relationship are deal with it. Our generation, counselor, your generation now, everybody is selfish. Everybody is keeping to themselves.
God,
people are in relationship.
That is how God created us.
Still single.
No, that's how God created us. God created us that for us to survive on earth, we need to pretend. Adam pretended in the garden for 10 years, not going close to the forbidden fruit. Yeah. Immediately Eve brought it, he pretended to eat it, and he lost the garden.
He didn't pretend, he ate it out of love.
No, it was not out of love.
Counselor, he ate it out of love.
Adam never ate the fruit out of love.
Okay.
He ate
Maybe
it.
He was curious.
Not curious. He was hungry. Who was supposed to feed Adam?
Has made the food already before Adam came.
No, who was supposed to?
Fruit plant
baby or fan sanka or buy an either prepared. No, their money is only. Or Adam may bon some try adding through 10 years and sana if about the tenor if you buy an Adam D.
Where there's a madie, a crocone, casa cradi, Ubenya is
Odoma ni peji. Bema wale anuwe Jimmy. Ohima, Bema wale anuwe Jimmy, Odoma ni peji. Wale Jimmy Bema. Why? Yenina, yeah, pretenses. Mr. Me pretend ya wade me yere sa.
Counselor, you know what me a cafra. Counselor, pretend you.
And as I mean, so pretend that's now what you know.
Right, sometimes they pretend. But
It's not sometimes. If you want to live on earth, you need to pretend. Nyankopon eka say Noah. Nyankopon ka say Noah ensi ark ni. Noah si ark ni wieye na emwa nyina komu osasa asisi nyina oma Noah mo appear no. Then Noah here.
I think me review.
Onomonsan boy ma ne hwe ada ho na ne ba ne hwe na bo ni. Onipa obia jimu abonten omo anya Nyankopon koma so ade waku wanyina nipa na ni bie ye odi na asem so wa bro ma no hwe ada wa ma ne ba ko hwe odidua bokura bufu abonidua. You need to pretend. Christians, Muslims, Hindus, all human beings are pretenders. So stop delaying your marriage. Anybody you love their husband, move on. Let the husband marry you. And yes, say, who pretended that? Uti way. When Jimmy Hukura Usuru, a pretense. Maybe ati way umpe mi awali upe mi di mi once Benjamin. A pretense. Bediko. Adi achechire mo buaya mo hu say. Sure, Roman fathers, Roman sisters. Busam jemo number. I was a madam say, Mamma make a cramma me badge. Then next me point because no gifters. Eh, yapa, Sadina Munjai. 3 hours, yapon. Ochna, Yamia dom, or dom ye bioma, or dom for unfan dom casibin and cosso entire so. The year he and say, any ye my meaning say, amen. Was so me 11 solid months in the year. When you look back, you have nothing to prove except you. Be happy with you, but keep on pushing. Whatever you said you would do in the beginning of the year, you've not completed it. Some have not even started. But once you are alive, there is no hope until you decide not to live anymore. My sister, push on. You can be married. You can be a wife. No matter who the man is, once you feel the connection is there, even if it's somebody's husband, go ahead. Marriage is the ultimate. Keep pushing.
Somebody's husband.
Go ahead. Go ahead. What's our pretend? What's our pretend? Break out of your pretenses. Break out of your pretenses. Near force or don't she do? And check crane and out you back cry, ye dear ye. Aqualabema, Yabeshano. Then I canipa. Then Bunaka. Then Bunaka. God bless all of you. Untuminje and untuminje. And they wouldn't even say. Now, oje wine. Oje wine. I said, when you are more trying to pay, you didn't know I am a day. That's one edge one. And I said, oje akwa. And I said, oje what to mean? Many a man said, me cover me. The ama Maya Conon said, the old dinner Madina ya Conon, Naba baby. The old dinner tell us yes. The anti Maya Conon, the old dinner Madina ya Conon. And do ye fear pa a conon back and to be come a conon. Me give me you, Maxina Haya Mamaya Conosa. You see why I say that?
Yes, you bet me
oh boy. The American said,
say I yes shepe. Person also get a feel of it. Say ofin the yere ana to pay.
So that is why I'm saying that if you are a side chick, you are available in the place as a side chick because of my wife. When my wife dies, you are no more a side chick. So once you want to enjoy me as a side chick, keep praying for my wife to be alive.
Awesome,
oh, and you say, Obian Frel Semempra. Name Adoma. Obia, the one you be a sumuye. Men Jin Tower, yes. Just a qua. Only a chain from cool. Keep pretending. Princess Wowie. Nikunu back no be ya tadia no say atade. Me say, me ye bubo nyamani no ashishe boxer shorts, no ashishe singlet. Obese me ba na be fa de na me ko singlet, boxer shorts. Me so me ba me tubom ma pedia me hwehwe. O hwe me sa no awusu nti me say hwe, I'm teaching you how to keep on folding. Let me tell you the story that happened. There was this big man. He was a president of the Republic he was a president of a certain country and had a side chick. But the first day this man went out with the side chick and went to the side chick's house. Anytime the man goes, he doesn't remove his shoes. And the reason why he doesn't remove the shoes are because his feet smells. And anytime he gets home, or you in Pabua Panana, he say, hey, I guess over you, Pabua. But the doctor see a gadia home. I then I hear me, sir. Now I first spray full because I be born. Who you nine or Pago could get on? And a man in a certain level of fear. Anytime he wants to take off his shoes. But the first day he went to this girl, and he got to the girl's house. The girl said, yes, sir. Can you take off your shoes and relax? I see you ask for my shoes. When I take it here, you didn't like it. Say whatever it is. This is a big man, eh? Then they took off the shoes. The girl never said, She pretended that everything was okay and said, this one, I've gotten some before. There's a cream, 4 Ghana cedis. The cream is 4 Ghana, not 40,000. 4 Ghana cedis. When I use it with hot water, say maximum 4 days, it will go. He said, The big man was shocked. The guy didn't say, one country. Then all of a sudden, the guy took their legs. Or see, I have some left here. You know, didn't see soon. Any paper man, you know, relax here. Or yeah, job, any cool feel. So, see, or 4 times therapy. Or kosuba. So I don't know call out or so call conference be. Any amount oluman envelope kesie bi dollar na wom. Omo fee hona omo buy oluman mbie dollar no so. He just gave her the dollar. That was $120,000 because of 4 Ghana cedis. Papa ne 9 tem aproprom eko. And starting boy a train. What the wife has been fighting has been cured by a side chick and made $120,000. Me. Debio, and they can say, me fear no in the next 2 hours, no, yes, I'm baby because me will station be air TT parenting. Ejumai, ya be ya kosita ma ya tubesa. It may cases so say. Etodebia, you complain too much. Can't you pretend small? If you don't like nyama basa basa, FOB home. If you live with a man who also doesn't like nyama basa basa, mufi a better time. Premium proper men. You fa paste like they are toha. If I brush it, at all. Some you rust because like poles they repel, unlike poles attract. Better because you Baby because you wolf you or quabontia, nacotina sorry. Adentia. As a genus so more pure abonting. On therefore, a comia meco, nacotia sorry. Orufia, mempa dina jinibia how. A jinibia. The royal canny of Bontama. Tama while they buy. Eh, I tell you.
Coffee copper, you see bathroom hand wash basin. I don't like it.
I didn't hear.
Papa, sorry, I also know in about you know coffee. It's a fair na farm makana make caps bia oja obian. Na mama me share na caps.
We are medical practitioner.
Menes.
And to what you are here. Eh, oh Alinessa, about for kwa.
Me share na mama caps ni nyina anti okay me am for me set we di.
Yeah, fam.
Dia sisi on there afa koba.
Oh, papa ya bread. No mani duani amadi wenja wale ankase se wawu meda na se. Ko. Na dia we need here na ko otina na ya market cap. Nurse for wale hohoro nsa James se. Wan hwe kra ye di paragon people akote ho. Ko. OCD.
Me new caps am ko to max ni nyina. Papa ya start e no so ko ba na se na fo ade.
Me penance.
Mag na nkoba na fe ese me this mag ni si bed.
Thank you.
It is our mag no me wie bibia me twitwi ma back to bedroom. It no na me use e bia anti dey wo kan dey no we have to pretend sometimes.
Abi but what if whatever is killing your husband in the bathroom is in the teacup? When he comes to kiss you, won't you have the same thing? Think. By the end of the day, say good gems, sir. Why wouldn't you think that way and keep marking cups? Keep marking cups for me. Pretend you are marking cups for me. This is why some people, their penis is not working at home, but is working out of the house. And they think, why am I drew? I say, Odufie no ye pepia. Odu gate no ye pepa. Sa chick ye pi. Honey, welcome. Ya ye pons bi. Yen shot. Ya try any pons by force. What did you bring for us? I see you nothing. Ni ajo iPad. Eno bag kitu ebi. Edi urefi ho. Udu wanga se ufie na abo pepia. Hey, ya papa abo. Be won't so papa abo be no. Ade kwena motiti bo fia se papa pepia unko hwe. Ya mbana oyira nka se pie ebehia wo kapa kwa. E wonso ba o man anya so den ha na ye mefa okay den na kita de bae. Hey, wonso bi onya afuntwa abedi o. Enti iPad ya crane. Any laptop bag it na pepin. Hey. We ade ufa me se be ya me akwa ana den. My bro.
Side chick now can accept no.
Side chick no Side chick no national service person. Side chick no or a national service person. Ewo hospital ho. Obi asuma ni jade. Obi asuma no. Or asuma baby fear. Wanya national service bia. Okoto wache. Okoto omu. Obi mani ko Tuesday market. National service ba kon koye. Adia no wato sa. Na so ba na obi fie ho pa. Our four. We are with D4. Pretend. Yeah. Adia ba ko e yama be me bia eko. Men ka se ani because oyire hwe. Me irada. Eko. Men yi ano. Adia ba ko e di ma be ma wasasi so se. Okoti be ye di edi oyire. Nia. To maintain erection, so be do it. And that form.
Mute yourself.
Hey, say mute. Say, anya is you. Ebusafo. Anya is you.
Mute yourself, please.
It's very difficult to erect. So no, you better. You don't know me. Man, Kasa.
Awareness we create ever problem hombre.
Now say problem ni dia ohoda da. Me na me kai mo. When I say we ni ohoda da.
Counselor, no counselor titi enimu.
Na ewu ye, ewu anka na kam titi na moja mba.
Problems
Na some na mo pretend they say ade eyeboko. Me maka eye pretenses. Keep on pretending. Me so worry next. Uba ho sasa COVID time. With me just so have you wash your hand. Jimmy Ben. Yalen be kun ba yenku nyina yenwe. Me I don't want to become a COVID patient oh. And that's why I'm so careful. Obi o yes, I no nya COVID first. After onya if he never every yes me Mapo hello Sandy, is that the name? When I say my gift me pony I see no gift sir mu ye me kind of crunch them munja pretenses mu fa gift ni gum ni enko na munja dia mo ye ade ya chira dia say my gift na we so entokwa hello Sarah, is that the name? Hello?
Counselor Sarah says.
Oh, yeah, Bema Nova. Hey, Apom, good night. I mean, Shram. Message Sham of uses here, parenting. Ubi ambition why? Boss lady, one man tell. Ubi ambition parenting in Mary. In the next 1 hour, join me with parenting from a Dinkra Radio, New York. Me call New York after lecture this year. Me car number train. But your mama gift kakrawa. E mama me akese ni car, bulldog, cap. Mama de mu odu. Na me pona me kohwe na ye say no gift. Ocean ni nyama nyina wo ho. Ada na mo yesa. Maka chem se be twa so. Na ba ha once a week. And so ba no ba ho machi.
Once a week there you
oh my now 5 times now maybe any I say we any say you've done well diamonds but you had only no gifters me go read this is not just say one year free I say anything mumumba gifting but now me pretend they say everything is all right. Do you know how painful it is? I didn't hear me kwa metia me hwe camera na me kasa sa me modam. Hey, media. All right, Echo. Thank all of you so much for being here. I'm going to see you again the next 1 hour. We are treating parenting. My member life, member life. I'm coming back on life. Okay. Good night. God bless all of you. Take care of yourself. May He not put you in trouble as you go through the weekend. Enjoy the fullness of your weekend. Whatever will bring you trouble, pretend not to go closer to it. Whatever you desire, remember, you don't know your future. You know your present and you know your past. Focus on your present to make your future reality. See the future of your child and give him an opportunity to live better by allowing somebody who is qualified to impregnate you just for the sake of your child. Pregnancy is not an airborne disease. Children are not by chance. They are by choice. Make the choice for a better future. Daniel, thank you for the gifts. I'll see you again. Bye-bye. Facebook, you've done well today. 34. You will lose a lot if you don't marry. SS Job, thank you. Bridget, thank you. Counselor, please let us understand you well. Bridget, how again will I say it? Giananama. Olivia, thank you. Giananama Santua, thank you. Nanama Renchiwa, deep teachings. Thank you so much. SS Job. All of you have done well. And very soon, you will hear from me. Not from my lawyers, but from me myself. Good night. I'll see you soon. Roya, why are there? Emi the song wale. Yeni wale. What it? Next for wale de many jom. Obre wo my benede. O market tikapi. One shall the prize on Pam Cotton. Musum sir. Good night. I'll see you. Bye. All right. Thank you very much, Facebookers. Thank you very much for being part of my show today. I'm coming back very soon. I just want to charge all the phone before I go back. So I'll see you. Take care of yourself. Good night. Bye-bye.
I hope you can hear the sound of what I'm chewing. It's nothing but it's ginger honey chips. Ginger honey chips. Now in the United States of America, everywhere you want, 862-215-2007. You can chew it like this, or better still, put it on your cocoa, rice water, oatmeal. You can put it in your akpatashi, your whiskey, your brandy, anything you want to put it on it. It's so nice. So nice. Oh my God. Ginger honey chips, 862-215-2007. 862-215-2007. It's your ginger honey chips. Get one for yourself. $10, free to go. Enjoy yourself. Thank you.